day 12 of being a girl, and I just picked up some tampons.
Pardon?
I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine.
I mean, you're alright. Sexy and divine? Eh.
Day 31 of being a girl, and I'm freaking out a little bit. I haven't gotten my period yet.
This video is gonna get some hate, isn't it?
Now I know I can find love. I know I can still be a performer. I know that I can have a family. I want to be a mom one day, and I absolutely can.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, my name's Isaac Butterfield and this video is about trans TikToker Dylan Mulvaney. Now old Dill, she's sporting 10 million followers on TikTok, and I'll call her she because it's the nice thing to do. I like to think of myself as a polite human. Her TikTok account exploded when she started making videos about her journey from man to woman. At the moment, we're up to about day 225 or something like that, and she just met with President Biden to represent trans people, of which she's been one for 200 days. Good choice. Also, Biden, don't you have anything else to do for anyway, whatever. Now, I will make this absolutely clear at the outset of this video. I do not hate trans people. There is nothing wrong with trans people. My only opinion on trans people is this. You do you. Make yourself happy if you're an adult. If you're not an adult, wait until you're an adult, then do it. As well as that, don't interfere with other people's lives. Don't expect everyone to curtail their lives just to make you feel better. That's not the real world. Other than that, live your life, be happy, and no one should ever treat you poorly because of who you are. But you better believe that Dylan Mulvaney is worth making fun of, because some of this shit that she comes out with is absolutely hilarious, and we're going to get into it in this video after these messages, ladies and gentlemen. One message is from me. Black Friday sale next week, up to 70% off the merch store, isaacbutterfield.shop. Not bad. And this video is brought to you by the great people at Established Title. Hey! That's Lord Butterfield to you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gents, Established Titles can make you a lord or a lady today. Established Titles allows you to become a lord or lady today by just purchasing yourself a beautiful square foot of land in the beautiful land of Scotland. And due to the historic customs of Scotland, you are therefore a lord or a lady. Established Titles also provides you with a unique plot number, so you know exactly where your little parcel of land is. And if you grab yourself a little bit of Scotland today, we're gonna be neighbours. And to top it off, ladies and gentlemen, for every single order they receive, they also plant a tree. How beautiful is that? They work with amazing charity partners like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future. Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing last minute gift this would be for someone. I highly recommend it. And on top of all of that, you can also, if you say you do it for yourself, you can put your name as Lord, whatever your bloody last name is, on your credit cards or on plane tickets, and you're just a lord. You just run around doing lord stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, on top of an already massive sale, you can also get 10% off with the code Lord Butterfield. Head to establishedtitles.com/Lord Butterfield and help support the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Back to the video. Dylan has skyrocketed to fame. She is humongous. Like, I mean, she's meeting with Joe Biden, and only really important people and Alzheimer's specialists get to meet with Joe Biden. It's a big deal. But before we make fun of her, which we definitely will, and you will understand why in a minute, let's get to know her.
I'm Dylan. Today is my birthday, and I'm throwing a gender reveal party. And no, I'm not pregnant. It's for myself.
I cannot imagine, after looking at that, a grown man, of which he was at this point, she was at this point, doing this and having all of this all together. I just cannot imagine that.
I'm non-binary. I'm dropping the he, and my new pronouns are they, them, theirs.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, mate? If it makes you happy, wonderful. Why do you need a parade from everybody else? Why are your fucking pronouns even important? This is one of the things with the trans and the non-binary people that I really want to get across. Nobody cares. Live your life, be happy, but shut the fuck up about that shit. No one gives a shit. I think you would be so much more happy within your life if you just lived your life as the gender you want to be and not cracked on about it all fucking day. You would be absolutely more happier within yourself if it wasn't the main thing that you focused on every day. If it's giving you so much stress, stop talking about it. And this is a bloke meeting with the fucking president. I'm going to go out on a limb and say both of them are not firing on all cylinders.
So I recently told my parents that I may be a little bit romantically interested in women.
Okay, so this guy is gay, and it appears that he wants to make a little bit of a change, check out some shoulders, like a little bit of a holiday. I'm sure lots of gay men do that.
And that was a big shock for them, considering the past 10 years of coming out as gay, then queer, then non-binary, then trans.
That seems like a lot. That seems like you got way too much time on your hands. Obviously, I imagine it must be tough. And I don't want to put myself out there and say, listen, I know what it's like to go through something like that, that's tough. I imagine it's tough. But don't you think that's a lot? To focusing on your sexuality and what you think you are and all that type of stuff, or what you are, and just move on. I think you would be a lot happier, all right? You may disagree watching this, but I think you would be a lot happier.
So I tell my dad, and he goes, well, I would love to see you get a woman pregnant. And I said, oh, no. She would be getting me pregnant.
What the fuck? Dylan, I'm sorry, and I know people in the comment section will be mad at this. You can't get pregnant, mate. You don't have a womb. You don't have a vagina. You don't have ovaries. You can't have a fucking baby.
It's a they. Euphoria of the day. I am starting estrogen. I'm gonna do it. I feel so good about this decision. I've talked it over with my doctor, my therapist, mostly myself, and it really feels like the right thing right now.
Okay, Dylan is an adult, and if he wants to do that, good on him. Her. But you know what TikTok is? TikTok is an app for kids. It's mainly children who use it. All over the world, mainly children who use it. And I think having this shown on TikTok is not great. It is not very healthy for those young people who may be starting to question their gender, because it is the popular thing to do now. And I know that's a fucking outrageous thing to say, but prove me wrong. I think any TikTok with someone showing you the medications they use probably should be age restricted. But maybe I'm just turning into an old man. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, she hangs up the non-binary boot, and she's now a she, her, or she, he, or she, they. Yay!
Here it goes. I am a girl.
Hey, she is a girl. I'm sick of hearing women talk about how hard it is to be a woman. Look, 2 seconds, boom, like that. Nailed it. She's a chick. Fuck yeah.
Day one of being a girl, and I have already cried 3 times.
Weird stereotype.
I wrote a scathing email that I did not send. I ordered dresses online that I couldn't afford. And then when someone asked me how I was, I said, I'm fine, when I wasn't fine.
Interesting stereotypes, Dylan. Have you been a woman long enough to make those jokes without getting feminists really mad at you? I don't know if you have. But yeah, the transformation is complete. A couple of days in, she's now a chick. She can have a period. She can have babies. She's grown ovaries in her ass. How good. But there's other things too. She now hates men. She thinks I'm a bigot. She can't open jars, which is really annoying. Apparently, in the modern world, you can just say, I am something, and then you are that. And I say that as a black man with a 12-inch penis. How you doing?
Day 8 of being a girl, and I've gotten some messages that are saying that I need to be calling myself a woman and not a girl. And I didn't even know that some women were offended by being called girls. So
a great lesson to learn early on in your transition is that women are offended by almost everything. There are very few women in this world that are, they have a sense of humor, and they should be cherished above all else.
Day 46 of being a girl, and hopefully no crying today. I'm on the way to the car dealership to get my oil changed. And when I was a boy, I didn't know anything about cars.
Hey, wait. Why is there a dummy or a pacifier sitting around your neck there? That's a bit fucking sus.
I'm in a pretty conservative part of town, and I've already gotten some looks. And before I left the house, I was like, oh, Dylan, maybe you should wear something a little more toned down.
Of course you're gonna get looks. Of course you're gonna get looks. You've got a dummy, a pacifier around your neck, and you're dressed as a woman when you're quite obviously a man with a 5 o'clock shadow. You are a woman, you are, but that's why you're getting looks. You know that's gonna happen. Who would not look at that? Is it ruder if we don't look? If we walk, like, don't look. Isn't that more horrible?
Day 47 of being a girl, and I'm hiking in a pleather skirt because you never know who you're gonna meet.
Dylan, honey, hiking in a leather skirt? That sounds like some sweaty lady dick. Also, can I just say this? Americans watching, you refer to everything as hiking. You know what we call hiking in Australia? Bushwalking. It's walking. It's not fucking hiking, all right? It's not this crazy adventure. You're walking.
But I've still been getting a ton of comments that are like, are you gonna change your name, Dylan? And I just don't think trans people should have to change their names if they don't want to be trans.
You shouldn't have to. Like, your name's Dylan. Some women are called Dylan. But if your name's Brett, you should change it.
I like my name, and I'm a girl with a boy's name.
Did you just say you're a girl with a boy's name?
Yeah.
I'm a girl named Ryan.
I'm a girl named Dylan.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We're girls with boys' names. We're girls with boys' names. Wait.
Fuck me. This has 1.8 million likes. People are so easily impressed, it makes me ill.
What?
What even is a girl or a boy's name?
Wait. Aren't names
No idea.
just names?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Names are genderless. Names are genderless.
Well, that's great. That's so sick. Listen, names they can be genderless, but if you're a trans woman and your name's fucking Graham, and you're a trans man and your name's fucking, hang on, does that work? Trans lady called Graham and a trans man. No, that would be wrong. Fuck, I'm confused. If you're a new woman called Darren and you're a man called Lisa, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry, all right? You shouldn't have to change it if you don't want to, but I'm saying you should, all right? Just do it.
Day 61 of being a girl. Excuse me, that's kind of my thing, but we can do it together. Day 61 of being a girl.
Holy shit, there's 2 of you.
Day 75 of being a girl, and I've been carrying around tampons and pads for the past 2 months, but
You have a dick.
I thought the letters stood for small, medium, and large based on the size of your Barbie pouch.
Your Barbie pouch? That is a weird thing to call a vagina. I much prefer a nicer name that I've come up with. It's called the cum hole. Okay, I think we can all agree Dylan's annoying, but I think she's doing a lot of this just as a joke. Like in a lot of the videos, like the tampon one, she's actually keeping those tampons to give to other women because she was in the women's bathroom and someone needed one and she didn't have one. Fair play to her, all right? I think she's fucking around with a lot of shit and she might be a very funny person. But she's really over the top, and the way that she gets views on TikTok is by being over the top and people going, what the fuck? So I don't know if she's doing a good thing or a bad thing for other trans people. Perhaps it's actually not a good thing. Maybe it makes trans people more of a laughing stock than more of an accepted person in the community, which they should be.
Day 66, being a girl, and today I'm in nature.
Cool.
Trees, I love them.
Awesome.
Water, lakes, I love them.
How good.
Heels, they're my hiking heels. I love them.
It's walking.
Okay, come on.
Can I just say this? People who would really like Dylan, I think, would be not big fans of sexism. But in other videos, Dylan's called herself a bimbo, called herself dumb, referred to herself as things that would be stereotypically offensive to women. Like, oh, I'm a woman and I'm crying 3 times a day. If I dressed up in a wig right now and I said those things, chicks would be mad. But Dylan gets a free pass because she's been a woman for 2 months. Does that make sense? And then it all wraps up and goes on every single day up until day 250 when Caitlyn Jenner gets involved. Caitlyn Jenner, of course, being the most famous trans woman to ever live, runs a mean fucking decathlon too. And apparently killed someone in a fucking car crash. But people forget about that. Anyway, she had something to say because of this video.
And I wore this outfit shopping today, and I thought that these might be my new shopping shorts. But I was walking around and everyone was staring, and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? And they were all staring directly at my crotch.
Oh.
And I went, oh, I forgot that my crotch does.
They are staring at your crotch because you have a cock and balls and they can see them. You are a lady and you look like a lady, all right? Not the best looking lady, but lady-like. And you're walking along with a cock and balls, a steamed ham, a big steamed ham in those fucking leather shorts, and you're wondering why people are looking at you. Like, children are walking past going, Mummy, what's that? And she has to go, oh, he must have stolen some fucking eggs and fucking one of those dog log rolls that you feed them. Anyway, what do you want people to do if they can see a cock and balls on a woman? What do you want them to do?
And we all just normalize women having bulges sometimes, because we're coming up on bikini season, baby, and you might see a bulge or two. So normalize the bulge. We are normalizing the bulge.
I think I'm developing depression.
Women can have bulges, and that's okay. We're not gonna stare at their crotches while they're wearing their little shopping shorts.
Okay. This is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. I know we have to be progressive and woke in society now, and we have to look at ladies with bulges and go, wow, that's some mean flaps you got there. Like, they're really protruding. But it's not normal. It's not. I will call you a woman, all right? I will be polite and nice and call you she, her. But please try to hide the bulge, please. Women don't have dicks. I can't believe we have to say that in 2022. Caitlyn Jenner came out and was, just Didn't even say anything that bad. Let's not normalize any of what this person is doing. This is absurdity. And then TikTok, of course, fucking exploded.
Transgender TikTok creator Dylan Mulvaney is calling out Caitlyn Jenner for misgendering her. In a video posted on October 30th, Dylan responds to a series of Caitlyn's tweets, which criticize the 25-year-old for speaking out about normalizing women having bulges.
How the fuck can anyone say that sentence and not think to themselves, that's absolutely fucking ridiculous? What's more insane than any of this was Dylan was invited to the Forbes Women's Summit to talk about female issues. That's a bit offensive to women, isn't it? What about that old saying, no ovaries, no opinion? Well, what the fuck is this? And then, at the end of all this, and this will destroy your brain, much like the person I'm about to talk about, she met with Joe Biden.
Mr. President, this is my 221st day of publicly transitioning.
God love you.
Thank you.
That's who's representing trans people. Not an intelligent or educated trans person, someone who's been trans for fucking 15 minutes. And while they do it, they're becoming extremely famous, so they have no grip on the world at all.
It feels like Republicans have turned trans and non-binary people into this thing to blame society's downfall on in some ways. And this narrative is not only dangerous to our mental health, but also our physical safety.
Okay, maybe some like far-right Christians think it's the downfall of the world, but most people don't think that at all. There's nothing wrong with trans people. Trans rights are very important, but when they interfere with other people's normal lives, then that's not great. You're allowed to speak your mind, and so are we. That's what's important here, free speech. But of course, all we do when we say that, kids shouldn't have double mastectomies is get labeled as transphobic and say that we're making the situation worse. Also, just in summary, if I was, if there was a man's summit, real patriarchy sort of thing, and there was a trans man there to talk about men's issues, and there'd been a man for, a couple of weeks, I'd probably be a bit weirded out by it as well. Like, sit down and listen, all right? That's what Dylan Mulvaney should be doing, listening to women, not speaking on behalf of them. But I guess here's the question. How does all this sit with you? What are your thoughts on Dylan Mulvaney? I'm very interested to know. Once again, sounds like a nice enough person, but I think they're just a bit fucking, I don't know, they're just a bit fucking out there, and I think they're fun to make fun of. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo au revoir. Bye-bye.